What's up, everybody? We're getting ready behind the scenes here. We are about to go live in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. We're already live. We're just doing that countdown because I didn't have a countdown here. So what's up? What's good? ¿Qué onda, familia? I am your host, Richard Linares, the Good Hustler, and it is Tuesday night, and it is 8 p.m., and we are here live in the studios of Oxnard, California, representing here for the 805. It is a blessing to be here with you guys tonight. I have an awesome show. I have a surprise guest here with us today. You're going to hear a little bit more about him, but we're going to talk about the Super Bowl and some things that are happening. But one of the things that he does that he'll be telling you more about is he's a chef. He's a chef. He prepares food. He does meal preparation. And so we're going to go ahead and check out a video. I stopped by his pad because I was hungry. And at that time, he was preparing some meals for one of his clients. And so I got a little bit of footage. So check this out. This meal preparation by Max Meals. The video right here, right now.
So right now I'm just making a fajita mix. Doing bell peppers, there's onions, and then it's going to be paired with black bean, and it's going to come with a chicken breast as well.
All right, bro, so we got to the final product here. What's going on?
Plating now. I'm trying to get some rice out of my little tin can. There we go.
It looks like you're drinking coffee, but...
Yeah, it was the opener right there. So we're back. That was an awesome video. The food was amazing, dude.
Thank you so much. I
It was
appreciate
really,
that.
really good.
Thank you.
So before we get into talking about your food and
Yeah.
your comedy and things that you do, dude, so the Super Bowl was this weekend.
Yes, it was.
What are your thoughts, bro?
I think it was a great game. I think it was literally everything that you could expect from a really great Super Bowl game. Like, I think for anyone that's just a football fan in general or a sports fan in general, you have one team that goes up, and then you have another team where it seems like they're down and like out, and like they make a comeback and they come out winning on top. Like, I think that's everything that you want in a Super Bowl game. You don't want to blow out. Why do you want to blow out?
You don't.
That's not what you want. You want a good competitive game, and I think that's what it kind of delivered. So.
Well, and we have people in the background over here. Jose, what are your thoughts about the game, bro? I think they can hear you a little bit on the mics.
My thoughts on the game?
Yeah, good game?
Great game.
Out of my mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect game. Perfect game.
Who were you going for, bro?
Oh, Chiefs.
Chiefs?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't read.
we got Junior's going to be a guest here in the second half hour here. Junior, who were you going for, bro?
I didn't care.
You didn't care?
And I was the same. I was the same way. Didn't care.
I didn't care. I knew it was going to be a good game. I didn't care.
All right, then were you one of those people that were just watching for the halftime show?
Yes. I was ready.
So that was one of the things. I mean, I'm a fan. I mean, I'm a follower, I guess, more than a fan of sports. Like, I'll watch sports, but that's about it. Just, I mean, I don't follow and stuff like that. But I love the halftime show, and so I was giddy about the halftime show. So I'm gonna show you guys a couple of images here from the two divas that slayed the stage right there. This one, look at that. It was Shakira
And J-Lo.
and J-Lo. They were on the stage, and within the moments that we were there, some of the people in the conversation when we were there watching the game, as soon as Shakira did the whatever thing, someone said that's gonna go viral.
I said the same thing. When she did that, I was like, that is for sure going to be a meme or a GIF or something.
Yeah, exactly the image that we're showing right there. That's
Yeah.
Everyone was saying it in the living room. We were all just like, we were there.
You set yourself up, Shakira.
Yeah, it was a powerful show. Those two ladies were powerhouses. You had J Balvin and you had Bad Bunny. And then you had these highlight of these new shoes right here. Look at that, the shoes that were being, right there, those Nikes.
Okay.
Brand new right there. So it was an awesome performance. It was a great time. One of the most, Shakira, people, everyone started talking about, that noise and what was she doing, whatever. But it was part of it's a cultural thing.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a cultural thing, and it's something. It references like celebration and party, and so it was something. Celebration. She's there having a good time, and I've been a follower of Shakira for a long time. Back in the day, when she sounded more like when she was doing the rock, the Spanish rock stuff like that. We're watching her forever, and it was just exciting to see her on that platform because she's like a Latin artist. Like Latin America, like she's huge time big. Jennifer Lopez is here locally in North America. I think the movie Selena is what really gave her like a big push with regards to her artistry and stuff like that. But I love seeing them both together. I love the performance. My booty was jiggling in the seats. I mean, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was some amazing shots, right?
When it was happening, I was like, if I was there, I'd be getting down. Like I'd be out like dancing, like it's my time right here. I was like, I would want to what a perfect halftime show to also be in. They were in Miami, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what better location?
Yep.
For all the music. So I'm just saying that if I was there, I'd be shaking the booty. The booty would be shaking.
And then you have people that were talking about, there has people, giving their feedback that it was inappropriate, the poll and other things like that, who was the male artist that was on there last year or the year before last year? Came out there with no shirt on. I'm forgetting who it was.
Adam Levine?
Was it Adam Levine? That came out about a year or two. Yeah.
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
you're right.
Nobody was tripping about him with no shirt on. And then I heard a father posted I had to cover my son's eyes. I'm like, look at the cheerleaders that are on the regular. They're out there doing that on a regular basis. I'm like, so people are tripping.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
I think they did it with class.
They did it with class. But one of the things that caused a little bit of controversy, a lot of conversation going about, is when J-Lo's daughter came out, and they came out in the scene that we have right here, when they were in the cages. Pretty much referencing, doing a little bit of referencing to the fact of, bringing a highlight to what's going on with the children that are right now being detained in these detention centers and things like that. So I think they did they entertained, they advocated, and they danced their butts off.
And they used their platform to be able to kind of just signify as to show symbols as to what's happening in today's world.
Yep.
And I think that's such a really great way to kind of showcase your talent, because you are be able to use your craft, but also you're able to educate by doing that. And I think that's really cool.
Really cool. So I don't know if I can see, if any of you guys are making any comments right now. Let me see if I can load the comments here. So any of you guys have any thoughts, any feedback about what took place at the Super Bowl? I'm trying to load them up here on my Facebook chat right now. We are using, shout out to Switcher Studios, shout out to Silly Panda Media, Jose right there. Woo!
Hey.
And we send our love to Mrs. Silly Panda Media. She's not feeling too well. Te mando un abrazo, chica. These chiquis miss you. So she calls me chiquis. I don't know why. So you're here. I've been hanging out with you a couple times. We've met you because of our friends Trendy Eats, right?
Yes. Love them.
Raquel.
Raquel and Javi.
We love them. They are the foodies of the 805. They are going everywhere and tasting some amazing food. And they're even doing a little bit, they went to Grocery Outlet the other day. They're expanding their horizons with regards to the food culture.
They're everywhere. It's crazy. Like every single video, it's like they're here, they're there, they're. And it's like you guys are always on the move.
Yep.
It's crazy. And they're, I'm like, hey Raquel, do you want to grab coffee? Nope, we're in the middle of shooting. Gotta go. Bye.
Yep.
It's like they're busy.
They were busy. I think yesterday,
Yeah.
Tacos Way. Tacos Way is pretty much a dude from the Los Angeles, LA County area. He's pretty much bringing Tacos Way, which is, he's started a franchise and he's bringing his restaurant out here.
Wow.
He's doing really, really good. It was actually Instagram that gave him a huge following, and he's actually also going to be opening one, I think, in Tokyo.
Wow.
So they were doing a video with him, but he's on fire, bro. And Tacos Way, we can't wait till you come to Oxnard. I can't wait to have your tacos. I can't wait to have your burritos. Well, I mean, your restaurant's tacos and your restaurant's burritos. So I always gotta clarify because I'm a little bit of a freak. So, and it's nighttime.
Hey, the freaks come out at night.
The freaks come out at night. So, with that said, going around, tasting a lot of food, got to meet you, got to see your YouTube channel and what is taking place with YouTube. And so you are like an up-and-coming chef? Like, what happened? Like, how did you get into this?
So a long time. I mean, when I was a kid, like my parents were. My mom would always It's crazy. Like my mom would always do. She would come. She'd work all these long hours. She'd work from she'd leave the house at 7, and then she'd come home at 6 o'clock at night. And I don't know how she would do it. She would end up grabbing all the stuff that we had in the house, which wasn't much, and she'd make something great. And I was like, that's amazing to me. Like being able to create something out of nothing, like that's really cool. And she was, it was kind of like my mom was like kind of like my superhero growing up. So seeing her do that kind of inspired like, I want to learn how to do that. So like I always just, I kind of threw stuff together. But as I got older, I just kept with it, and like my craft just got better and better and better. And now like I see like my craft getting better, and like now are like it's fun like being able to bring people together with the food that I make, and just food in general. Like it's a lot of work in the kitchen, but it's so worth it because who doesn't love eating? So it's been such a fun journey, and I get to really mend and create relationships because of the fact that I get to do it through food, and and it's such an intimate manner being able to sit down with someone and talk with them eye to eye, and being able to do that through such a great meal. And it's through a huge all of our cultures. I think a lot of people like to think that we're so different, but it's like we're not that different. Like all of us sit down at a table at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whatever culture it is, Mexican, gay, straight, like trans, whatever. You come home and you sit down at the dinner table and you talk with another person that you're intimate with, and it's like we all do that.
Yeah.
I think that's so like, and being able to, food is like, I think the one thing that gets to the soul. So, it's by far one of the nicest things you can do for someone.
When did you start prepping food? Like, when did you come up with the idea that, you know what, I'm going to start hustling by making food and making some money? Like, when did you start doing meal preps?
So I didn't even plan on doing it myself. Like, I was just doing it for myself. Like, I was like, I work in the restaurant now, so like, it was kind of hard for me to kind of make dinner for myself at night because I work mostly nights.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll just make meals and I'll try to bring them to work and microwave them at work. And then people were like, dude, your food looks really good and your meal prepping plating is like stellar.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that for me? And I was like, sure. And it just kind of caught on, and ever since then it's just been going and going and going, and it's, I haven't looked back since. So.
Awesome. And one of the things that if someone is interested, if you're watching and you need some help and you want someone to help you out to make some bomb comida, you have these packages that are starting at about, what is it, $100?
$100.
$100.
Starting at $100.
Sorry, $100, and that is on a weekly basis. Mm-hmm. And what that provides you is 10 meals, right?
10 meals. You get 2 sets of 5 meals.
Yep, 2 sets. And
if lunch and a dinner.
If you didn't see the video, you'll get to see the video. But I also have some of your contact information, I think, right over here somewhere. Let me see where I can find it right here so I can have it up on the screen. Let me see here. That's Mr. Luminary Sounds. That's coming up in a little bit. Let's see here. There you go. So if someone wants to get a hold of you, if someone wants their meals prepared, and all they got to do is call you, right?
Yeah, just give me a call. Reach out to me on my Instagram. I'm pretty much because of the day and age that we live in now. Like, you kind of have to be on your phone all the time. So I'm trying to stay in touch with clients and all that other stuff. Just trying to expand my horizons with where this could go. So I'm pretty attached to my phone, if you will. So
You are home. I just got to hit that Instagram message and I get a hold of you right away.
I tried to, so.
So if you're interested, if you want to take advantage of this, because they're very healthy meals, they're really good portions. I mean, I enjoyed my portion. I mean, I got to sit there and watch you make the food yesterday. I also got to, what is it? Enjoy the fruit of your labor?
The fruit of our labor, yeah.
The fruit of your labor. And so we had a good time. You prepared an awesome plate. And so one of the things is, if you want to get hooked up, if you do your first order with him and you mention the Good Hustler or the show, he's going to give you 10% off.
Heyo.
So that's like a free meal right there.
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much, because it's $10 over there. So I got 10 on it for you, okay? Not 5. I got 10 on it for you.
10 on it.
So with that laugh and that chuckle, you're also a stand-up comedian, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about, how did you get into comedy?
So I had a roommate that I lived with, and he was in high school. He was like so into doing how would you say, theater. He was in theater. He was a big theater geek, and I like whenever we watched a movie together late night, like I would watch and I would just ask questions about acting and all this stuff. And he's like, it's such a fun production to be a part of, whether you're acting or being behind the scenes. It's a lot of fun to be a part of. And I was like, that's so cool. Like he's like, if you're that interested, you should try doing improv or, try doing stand-up or whatever, because all you have to do is sign up and you just get up on stage. Yeah. And he's like, you're pretty funny, try it out, write stuff down and see if it works. So I got up on a stage, the Hong Kong Inn, downtown. That was my very first open mic. It was probably 2.5, 3 years ago. And it did not go well at all. It was so bad. I bombed harder than I bomb now still, but I remember saying, because I had this whole script memorized, and I was like, I'm gonna get kills. Kevin Hart does it, I can do it too. So I got up on stage, and everything that I thought was funny, it's a big humbling experience, because you get up on stage and you're like, all right, I got this handled. And you get up on stage and you tell your jokes, and they're not as funny as you thought they were. You're like, oh, okay, I gotta go back to the drawing board. But there's something about getting up on stage and getting someone to laugh, after doing it for so long. Yeah, it's so rewarding. Being able to get up on stage, be the conductor of laughter, and just know that everyone's kind of forgetting about their problems at home. Forget about their problems at home, and they're in the moment, enjoying it, and it's I don't know, we've all lived a life, and you can kind of learn how to make some of the mistakes that you've made, or some of the things that you're insecure about. You can try to make them into jokes, and the fact is, it's we're all kind of going along the same road. We're all kind of living the same life. We all have our issues, we all have our problems, and the fact that we're all so relatable, it's super cool. And I've been doing it for maybe about 2 years now, and I know I still got a long way to go, and it's super enjoyable. So people have told me before, hey, you should think about it, you should do it. And I went to comedy shows and I see them. There was an open mic night the other day at the Harbor. I think the Ventura Harbor does one. Yeah. And I sat there, and there was only 6 of us in the room. How do you handle it when you go into a room and you get that open mic opportunity, and there's only 3 people in the room? How does that feel when you get up there to try to tell them jokes and they're just looking at you It's kind of, you kind of have to roll with the punches. I mean, I've never been a boxer before, but I'm sure it's very, I can kind of imagine it just stepping into the ring, and the audience is the person you're boxing. And if you tell a joke and it doesn't land, that's you basically getting a punch in the face. Okay. So you basically have to okay, now how do I get around this next punch? Because I got to be able to get through it. And it's very much so I kind of look at stand-up very much like a sports analogy. And you get up you get up on stage and you go with your best attitude, best foot forward, and you kind of go in with all the energy, because you can't depend on the audience bringing all the energy, because that's ass backwards. Yeah. So can I say ass?
Yeah, you could. I've said worse.
So you can it's kind of ass backwards. So you kind of got to bring the heat, bring the fire, and as long as you are confident in what you're doing on stage, everyone else is realizing that they are coming along for the ride with you. Okay. So you're basically showing up with the roller coaster. Guys, this is a roller coaster that I'm bringing, and we're going to go along for a ride together. All right. So I think that's kind of the best mindset that you kind of go at it. But I will say, when you bomb, it's definitely a great humbling. It's shitty in the moment. Yeah. But you get off stage and you're like, that sucks. How do I get better? You got to go back to the drawing board and make your jokes better. Because it's not those moments are great, but also being triumphant in moments of being I just made a whole room full of strangers laugh. That's a great moment, but you can't ride that too long. Yeah. Because it's okay, we just won a championship. Now we're champions. It's like, no, we got to get ready for the next season.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So you're back at ground zero again. So I think that's kind of like the best mentality to kind of go at it with. So.
What has been your best performance, or where has been your best performance at? Like, have you gotten a big opportunity to do any stages, main stages somewhere?
Yeah, I did a show back in at Levity Live here in Oxnard.
Nice.
Yeah, shout out to Levity Live in Oxnard.
Woo!
Which I'm very, how would I say, humbled that I've been asked to be a part of shows there, because that's such a big, prestigious club for someone that does nothing but open mics. You know, so it's like, you know, being able to do a show at like the Laugh Factory, or, you know, the Comedy Store in LA, or, you know, any of like the Levities, like that's such a big honor. So it's like, you know, I bring the heat every time I go, and, you know, I've had I had a couple great shows last year at Levity, and, you know, Denise Carter. She's
awesome.
Yeah, she's
I love
amazing.
Denise.
I love her.
Denise is hella silly.
Xander Beltran actually asked me to host for his show, which I'm very, very happy about. But again, it's like you meet some of these comedians along the way, and they give you an opportunity such as that, and you got to treat it such as that. You got to treat it as like a big opportunity, because it's like, I'm not going to go in unprepared, you know. So I've gone in, and it's so great getting up on a stage like that, and like your jokes are actually landing. Because it sucks being up on stage and you tell a joke and it doesn't work, and you kind of have to like pick up the pieces, and you have to act poised, you know? You have to act like that was planned.
Yep.
That was planned.
Yep.
I knew that was not going to work. I'm going to move on to the next joke, you know? But I think that's all about the beginning stages, is kind of learning poise, learning confidence, learning how to be your best self on stage, because that's what it is. It's a performance.
Yep.
And like, nothing is more awkward and nothing is more uncomfortable for someone in the audience to watch a comedian fail and they're not aware of them failing. That's like, does this guy know that he's fucking bombing? Like, what the fuck is happening? And he's like, hey, what about smart cars? And you're like, smart cars aren't really funny, dude. Like, how about you move on from this topic? You know, so it's but it's honestly being aware, being in the moment, and yeah, I think, you know, I've had a couple good shows there, so I'm really happy about that. So.
I'm chuckling internally because as you're speaking about the awkward moment about knowing if whether you're failing or not failing, I got asked one time this women's Bible study group of an apostolic church, and so they know me from social media, and so they're like, Richard, we want to do something different this year. And they're like, would you be interested in doing comedy? Like a comedy segment, whatever. And I was like, I've never done a comedy segment before. They're like, we talked to the pastor, she knows who you are, she's seen you around, and we think it would be something different. And so I did a comedy show for a women's event at an apostolic church. And if you know the apostolic church or the apostolic women, very reverenced, you know, very long skirts, you know, the velos, you know, they're just, you know, they're women that, you know, that are very modest.
Right.
And the fact that I stepped into that platform, I remember being so nervous behind the scenes. I was like, what am I going to talk about? And so I started talking about my experiences working at a sober living home. I talked about my experiences of doing drag for the first time. And I talked about my experiences of, you know, of doing, of just the dumb stuff that's happened. And like, I got there and they like, 80% of them were laughing. They were
really?
They were falling out on the floor.
Amazing.
Because these were just because someone's a Christian doesn't mean that they've never had I mean, there's a lot of Christians that have had a crazy past.
Yes, 100%.
You know, and so, you know, I think that's what I was connecting with there. There was, you know, a lot of those women, I'm sure they've been around the block a couple times, you know, whatever, and, you know, they've done their things before Jesus, before the blood of Jesus washed away.
Before they found the Lord.
So, you know, and so like, it was an awesome moment, but I was asked to do it again. I said, no, I'm not going to do it again, because I was like, that was just a one-time thing, and I don't think, because it was a lot of pressure. I just felt so much pressure, but it was really powerful because I got to close it off, of course, with an inspirational, you know, like you said, you know, I used my weaknesses, I used, you know, my shortfalls, and I gave them a platform, and then I used my sense of humor, whatever, to sort of to make a joke out of it.
Exactly.
Ultimately, to let people know that, you know, there was a hard part, and then, you know, God ultimately came in, you know, and provided me a source of help. So it was a really, really cool experience. But like I said, I don't think I could do it. I could probably host a comedy show, but I don't think I could do comedy.
Yeah, I think with comedy, it's definitely helped me learn about, like you said, your shortcomings, and it's definitely kind of given me. I guess like it's definitely made me a lot more comfortable with myself in the fact that it's not that serious. You know, things come and go, problems come and go, and it's like, it just definitely makes me a little bit more comfortable with myself, if you will. You know, so I think that's it's definitely make me definitely more comfortable in my own skin, which is cool.
So one of the last things as we get ready to tie up here, you know, I don't want you guys to leave. If you guys are tuning in right now, this is the What's Good show. We go live every single Tuesday night at 8 p.m. I always try to bring on different guests. We bring on artists, we bring on community leaders, we bring on mental health therapists, we bring on life coaches, just talking about just all different kinds of things. And so one of the things that I know is that, you know, laughter is medicine for the soul.
Yes.
You know, and so for people that are going through things and sometimes find themselves depressed or just, you know, finding themselves really down, I know that there's nothing like having a good laugh that sometimes can make you snap out of that funky moment or funky mode that someone is in. But once again, I want to highlight the fact that you prepare food and you're a comedian. What else do you do, bro? Do you do if you do something else? I don't know, because sometimes people have
clothes. No, I'm just kidding. No, I also, I mean, I run. I mean, we talked about it briefly, but I run that YouTube cooking tutorial page.
Okay.
Yeah. So so basically, a buddy of mine that we partnered together, and we created a YouTube cooking tutorial channel. And basically, about 2 days out of the week, we'll sit 2-3 hours, and Nick will film and edit, and then we do, and then I just do cooking tutorials. So I just basically kind of walk you through on how to make a simple recipe, and hopefully I make it fun, you know? So yeah, so we do that together, which is really cool.
How do we find it on YouTube?
So if you go into your search window at YouTube, you can type in Max Meals, that's MACKS, space Meals, MEALS. And yeah, as of right now, we're trying to pump out a video a week, but I know by March we're going to try to pump out about 2 videos a week. But yeah, so we're excited as to what is going to come, because
I heard a cookbook might be in the works.
A cookbook might be in the works. Hopefully, if someone wants to reach out and wants to pair up together, we can get some cooking wear in the mix. That'd be cool too.
Nice.
But the goal, the end goal out of this whole thing, it's such a big dream of mine, and I didn't honestly, growing up, I didn't think that this was even possible, because I grew up watching Rachel Ray.
Okay.
And I was like, I love her. Her and my mom are big reasons as to why I got into cooking, because again, they made it look so easy. So I stuck with cooking for all these years, and now I've kind of now that I didn't think I'd be a host of a cooking channel,
Yeah.
And it's so much fun, and I enjoy it. People have reached out and be like, "You're making cooking easier for me. Cooking is." It's fun. You make it look fun, and that's the whole point. I want to make it enticing. But to cut to the chase, the end goal is for me to have my own cooking show, like a morning show.
Cheers to the dream, bro.
I think it'd be cool. Rachel Ray right now has a morning show, and she brings on a bunch of guests, and then after she interviews the guests, she gets behind a whole island, and she cooks, and she shows the audience what. She makes 8 different mac and cheeses. It's so cool, and it's yeah, I want to do that. So
coming to a network soon,
yeah.
Man. We have him here, and then on top of that, so one of the other hats that he wears that he wants to take off is that the homie's single.
Yeah.
We're trying to find him a ruca, a chica. So girls, y'all want that funny dude that knows how to cook? Stop going after those dudes that are losers and are maybe never going to get you anywhere in life. You got a funny guy that knows how to cook. He knows how to make you some meals. He can make you laugh, girl. That's it. His phone number's right there. Come on now. It's Valentine's month.
Boy.
Boy. There you go. The 14th is right around the corner. 805-302-2576 is a way that you can get a hold of him. Also on Instagram at mac.meals if you want to hit him up with regards to, the food prep, or are you open to host? Are you open to be an MC and things like that? I mean, is that something?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely.
So if you got an event going on, you got something happening, you want someone with a personality, you want someone that's funny, go ahead and hit him up. He's the boy. He's not the boy. He's the dude. He's the man.
The dude.
He's the dude. He's the vato. He's the vato that's here with us tonight. And so, dude, I want to thank you so much. You're going to be hanging out here behind the studios because we're probably going to grab something afterwards.
Yeah.
But right now, we're going to go ahead and mic up my next guest. So I'm going to have you go right back over there, and then Jose's going to help my next guest. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh, and then I forgot to give a shout out to William from Dolce Vita. William from Dolce Vita, he hooked us up with some, this is white chocolate mocha right here. This is a white chocolate mocha that I got Let me see here. I got to change this up over here. So this is a white chocolate mocha that I got, and I want to thank him. Thank you so much, William. Thank you so much for that white chocolate mocha. We appreciate it. It was made with oat milk. If you guys are not familiar with where La Dolce Vita is at, man, it is an amazing spot. Dolce Vita is in the Transit Center. So there's La Dolce Vita, which is an Italian restaurant. Then there is Dolce Vita Cafe. It's inside the Transit Center. It's an amazing experience. For those of you that might be those latte lovers, I want you to hit up my boy William. He's there every day of the week. He provides some awesome lattes, some amazing sandwiches. I mean, it's an amazing experience when you guys go in there. It's a hidden gem. It's one of the newest places here in the city of Oxnard. It's been there for about a year. A lot of our friends are promoting them and highlighting them, and it's just a really, really good experience. So hit him up. They also carry the Don waffles that are there. So that's a really cool thing also. So check them out, Cafe Dolce Vita. And so what? Oh, my guest, he bounced. He's like, I don't want to be on this. He's like, I don't want.
He said, forget this. I
He's
can't
like,
follow that act.
I don't want to be on this show. But so shout out to William. And also I want to give a shout out to Abogados a su Defensa. Abogados a su Defensa is an injury attorney. If you have been injured in an automobile accident, or if you are having a situation with regards to an immigration case, if you are having a situation with regards to criminal defense, so personal injury, criminal defense, and immigration. Those three areas of law, he can help you out. So I want you to hook up with him. If you need some help, if you got something going on and you need someone to help you out, I want you to hit him up. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you his number right now, but you can also find him at abogadosasudefensa.com. abogadosasudefensa.com, and I'm going to go ahead and give you the phone number right now, but a shout out to him once again. And even if you maybe cannot get a hold of him and you need to get a hold of me, so if you need an attorney, if you need someone to help you out, get a hold of me. You can check me out at Good Hustlers on Instagram if you are not following me yet. You can also, it's really easy if you go ahead and just go to my website. Let me go ahead and put my website up here. So here we go, So goodhustlers.com is the website. So goodhustlers.com, I try to make it easy. So you can go to goodhustlers.com and you can go ahead and access some of the rebroadcasts of the What's Good show. You're also going to be able to get other individuals that have been featuring on there. So I'm going to start featuring other people's channels on there. Eventually there's going to be a Good Hustlers network. So people that I collab with that have YouTube shows or have channels, we're going to be able to have links so that you can connect with them and network with them, because that's what it's all about. I'm about highlighting hustlers, good hustlers, people that are out there hustling to make the dream come true, hustling to make a difference in humanity, and that's what it's about. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and go to my next guest. He's getting ready right now, but here we are. My next guest is coming up right now. They're going to go ahead and mic him up in just a second. He's going to be here with us, and so he's here, Mr. Junior. What's up, Mr. Junior Lero?
Junior Lero, what's up, man?
¿Cómo estás, homie?
Hey, before we get into this,
okay,
they don't know I used to work with this guy.
You used to?
I used to work with this guy.
Oh, yes.
Interface Children and Family Services.
Yes. Interface Children. And you were quiet. Go ahead, say what you're going to say.
Okay, first of all, you say I was quiet, but I really wasn't quiet. You were in a different department.
I always
was. You know what? I was quiet.
You were.
It was boring over there.
It was, on your side.
Yes.
You work with all the finance people, bro.
I work with finance. it was boring over there, and we had Gary over there, and you know what I'm saying, and so Fernando.
Oh my gosh, so we gotta Gary, we're not hating on you, Gary.
We're not hating on you, Gary.
We're not hating on Gary, we're not hating on Fernando, right?
Fernando, yeah.
Fernando también, he was like your boss, right?
Yeah, he was, yeah. Good dude. He was cool, dude.
Shout out to the people at Interface. Some of them watch the show.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
okay,
some of them watch the show.
Yeah.
So that's where I used to see me there walking by. I used to walk by your cubicle. Yeah. I would never talk to you, homie, because you were like always so focused.
I was.
You
I've always been focused, like on everything I do. Half the time I'm focused either on my work or outside objectives of me trying to reach goals.
Okay.
I was focused on either one. So.
And the way I heard about you at work, because I seen who you were, but then someone said, like, have you ever heard the dude sing?
Oh, okay.
And we'll talk about that later. We'll get to that later. But you're here representing a company that you're working with right now, and a brand that you have a platform. And so tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Okay, so I am a musical artist, and one reason I got into it was because whenever I won my first award, actually I won 2 VC Music Awards.
Okay.
And I was on my first podcast, and what I noticed was there was nothing that was available for other artists. Artists like me that was growing and that needed a platform. Everything is geared towards artists that are really big, or you got to have a buzz, you got to be trending. And I said, I'm a pretty good artist, and there's a lot of pretty good artists as well. How come there's nothing there for them? So I kind of, trajectory of forgot about myself and was selfless. I said, I want to help other artists out. And it has been so beneficial. I mean, more rewarding than I could ever have imagined.
Luminary Sounds.
Luminary Sounds.
So tell me about the name. I always like to hear the concept and how a name came to be.
Okay, so my fourth album is called Luminary Sound, no S.
Okay.
And after creating the album, I worked on it for about a year with a blacksmith, and I just felt really weird about continuing to promote the album because a lot of people I was working with, like sometimes you can get mundane. You keep promoting and you feel like nobody's listening to what you're doing. I said, you know what? It's just not working. I didn't feel it. So I said, I'm going to take that name of that album, which is my favorite album, and I'm going to switch it to Luminary Sounds for other artists, other people's music. So that's kind of where the name came from, my last album.
So what the word luminary
luminary means like someone that is particularly like great in a specific sphere. So like you being a podcast, this is what you're designed to do. You're great at what you do. You're awesome at what you do.
Gracias.
You cannot get better. So that's what luminary is. You are, what you do.
And we worked together.
Yeah.
So we've seen each other on the High and By, but then I got to see you at the VC Network, the event they had, the launch event.
Yeah, with Christina. Yeah.
That's where we reconnected right there, and we sort of switched information. We're like, hey, you're like, you got a podcast. I said, I've got one starting, and so that's where we were like, let's connect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we got you on the show.
Yeah.
And you're here now today.
Yeah.
So I watched some of your broadcasts, and I specifically watched the one where you had the artist, the last episode that you had on there.
Yeah, the musical doc. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was
great artist. So if you want to listen to some amazing music, go to Luminary Sounds on YouTube or the website. I mean, you're probably gonna plug it in there.
It's right there. So I already have it up there
right now.
So we got
amazing.
We got your website right there. We got your Instagram right there. So that's where you guys can connect to.
Absolutely. You go to the website, and we have our latest episodes as far as our latest Luminary plays. I was inspired by Tiny Desk, where a lot of premier artists go there from NPR and they just play it right in front of a library.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I need to create something where not only do we interview them, but I want to bring in really luminary sounding artists to play. So I created this thing called Luminary Plays. They perform, it's like a black and white kind of setting. It's really intimate, and there's probably 10 or 12 people behind that you can't see. So you hear people clapping and stuff like that. It's really amazing.
Like an unplugged thing, right?
Absolutely unplugged.
And
it's going to be big. It's going to be
It
big.
is, bro.
It's going to be big.
Dude, I seen your intro. I was watching the video and I was like, dude, this is dope right here. Go ahead.
This intro. I said, I need an intro for this, but I don't know what to do. So I stuck my phone out the window, and I'm driving past Staples Center, and it just captured what it captured. Wow. And I said, that's the intro of the show.
It was amazing, bro.
And I put like my, I create music as well, so I made my own instrumental, throw it in there, and there you go.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Anything that has to do with media, anything that has to do with entertainment, I'm captivated by it.
Yeah.
And so like the quality of what you're doing with regards to your show, the quality with regards to the guests, the opener when she just starts singing and like belting.
Yes.
I'm like, damn, like she was fire right there.
Yeah, the musical doc is, she's actually a doctor as well. So that's why she goes by that.
Nice.
She's from India. She's an amazing artist and stuff like that.
So you have some co-hosts with you also on the show, on your podcast, right?
I have one of my really dear friends, Francois. Well, his name is Francis, but I said, I'm not going to call you Francis. Your name is Francois. So I changed his name to Francois. He added the great on there, so he's Francois the Great.
Yeah.
We've been friends since Bank of America days, way back.
Okay.
We just vibe. I mean, we've been working together for quite some time, and I said, hey, he's so integral in music. He's a historian of the music. And I said, I'm an artist, you're a historian. We put it together, we mesh well. It's a natural chemistry.
So what are the current projects that you guys are working on right now today? What's happening today with Luminary Sounds?
Right now, we're booked.
Okay.
So what artists, they go to the website, they they send us a DM, then they go to the website and we say, submit an artist submission. We kind of weed through the process of who we want to bring on the show because we can't bring everybody on there. Most of them don't have a bio, they don't have any EPs or any music out, so we kind of like, hey, we will, but you got to put it out there first. You got to invest in yourself before we invest our time and effort into you as well.
Definitely.
So you have to be willing to work. So what happened was we just basically gave it an opportunity. We, like you said, perception is everything.
Yeah.
If the perception of what you do is great, then people are interested in what you do, and they start clamoring. So right now, we have Warner Brothers Records. They hit us up last week. Yeah, I know, right? This was a dream come true because when Francis and we were talking, I said, one day we're going to have to get an artist that's really, really big. And once they get on our platform, it's going to open the door for other platforms.
Yeah.
And I would like to say the musical doc, she sort of introduced that. And then Warner Brothers Records, they checked us out, they went to the website. They also seen we hosted the Ventura County Music Awards.
Wow.
And that was big.
Yeah.
I mean, it was as packed as it could be. 300, whatever can fit in there, I don't know. And we're on stage, we got everybody laughing. I'm sharing the stages with some great comedians that have come through. And I thought to myself, not to toot my own horn, but I can do this. I'm built for this, because I put the time and the effort into it. So what happened was they checked out what we did, and they said, hey, we got to book Savannah Christina on the show this Friday, Los Angeles. So that's what we're going to be.
Wow, it's awesome.
It's awesome.
Super exciting.
We're trying to build that relationship with the label, and we'll see where it goes. Yeah.
That's so awesome. One of the people that I look up to, TD Jakes, a great leader.
Oh, absolutely.
And he talks about sweat. You did?
Well, I would say 8 or 9.
Was it like that
old.
Jesus moment? Like if I could just touch the hem of his garment?
That's what I'm telling you. I was at 8 or 9. I'm from Mississippi.
Okay.
This is the Bible Belt, Mississippi.
All right.
Tent churches and all, right? T.D. Jakes comes through. He was as big then as he is now.
Okay.
And I my mom, she was with me. Hey, shake T.D. Jakes' hand. I went to shake his hand. He was like, hello, son. How you doing? Nice to meet you. He was like, you're going to do great things in life and whatever. And he's touching my hand. And I felt like an anointing from him. I've never really felt that before, ever. And I mean, to this day, I was like 8 or 9, I still remember like yesterday. I mean, the man is anointed, and to this day, I have a story for T.D. Jakes.
He's gifted, dude.
He's gifted.
He is amazing. And he talks about sweat equity.
Okay.
Have you heard the conversation about sweat equity?
Yeah.
And that was one of the things that inspired me is that you got to be able to have that hard work. You got to be able to have that, that you have to put in your work. And the other thing, are you familiar with Gary Vee?
Bro, he's my favorite, bro. He's my favorite because Gary Vee, he taught me something really early. Gary Vee said that, listen, whenever I started putting out content, I started worrying about, hey, man, I don't have a lot of people watching it at first. Gary Vee said, who cares?
Yep.
Who cares?
Yep.
If you have 1 follower one day or 2 likes the next day, it doesn't even matter. And like right now, we don't have a whole ton of likes, but we have Warner Brothers Records, hosts the VC Music Awards. We're about to be in Voyage on VC Reporter Magazine, Ventura. So it's like things are really opening up because we keep God first in all instances. It has to be God first. And above all that, we're humble. We believe that we're doing something for other people as well.
Amazing. And that's one of the things that the reason I mentioned Gary Vee is because I was inspired for the same reasons. Yeah. He had one time mentioned you stop trying to create content that's going to go viral. Just create content. He's like create. Because what we're doing is we're building our resume. We're building a portfolio. We're building this content. And so there's going to come a time where people are going to be able to see that.
Yes.
I have conversations. There's people, you never know who's really messaging you, but I had a message. There's someone that's messaged me, whatever, and he's like, hey, I know some of the people at Telemundo. I'm going to bring you up. You're funny. You're this and that, whatever. And I'm like, go for it, please. Bring me to Telemundo. But I don't know if I could do the large networks because I don't want to be put in a box. But you know what? If something happens and it's going to pay my bills.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead. Tell me. Give me some wisdom.
Give me some wisdom right here.
All right.
Do not put yourself in a position where you get big too fast. You got to enjoy the process because, when you get into a position like the Telemundo and it's a miss, they're not calling you back, right? And that's also on your resume. You got to be comfortable with like grinding it out and being slow. Like, it's going to work. Trust me. I came from Mississippi, never sang any music in my life. I come to California, I won 2 music awards, signed a publishing deal, in a movie for Netflix, royalty checks. I got to pay my BMI taxes right now. It got sent in the mail. So it's like, I just realized that whenever you work hard, it doesn't matter. It's going to come true as long as you work at it every single time. You know? You got to build the empire.
That's right.
Do that.
You a good hustler.
I'm a hustler, bro. I'm a hustler, man. My wife and I, we have a food business as well called Bayou Kitchen. And that's a New Orleans style food, just like basically a Mardi Gras themed restaurant, right?
Okay.
And my wife is meeting an investor next week for it. So we keeping fingers crossed. But it took us 3 years to get to that point.
Nice.
So we cool with the patience. We're waiting. It's not a big deal. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, great.
Awesome.
That's how we gotta look at it.
Awesome. And one of the things that I make a priority with regards to the guests that I invite on the show is people that have a heart to do something good for humanity. Pretty much, which is what the whole Good Hustler brand is about. You know, we're about people that hustle good, to make that money, but also hustle good to help humanity.
Right.
And so there's a couple of projects that you have that are up and coming of some things that you would like to do with regards to youth. Tell us a little bit about that. You know, those projects. What do you want to do to help out our next generation?
Oh, wow. So many things. I think, first of all, I'm talking to the team, and I said, by March, we have to be connected to some type of high school where we can connect to school kids that are in music programs because we want to see what do they need and how can we help them get what they need. Because myself, musically, if I had the tools earlier, then I would be much further along than I am right now.
Yeah.
So, kids in music, I applaud them. It's not a nerdy thing. It's a cool thing.
It is.
You're learning a craft. You're learning something that everyone can't do. So we want to be able to get with a school so we can help raise money based off of the merch that we get. A certain percentage goes back to the schools, back to that education, and we want to reach as many schools as possible. You want to reach every school they could possibly get to,
Where are you currently located right now, Oxnard or Ventura?
We are primarily in Ventura.
Okay.
We host a lot of our episodes at Lion City Studios, downtown Ventura.
Okay.
We've been there for a while, and we have a new location in Los Angeles because artists like a John B. That's one that rings a bell the most because he was going to come to Ventura, but he just couldn't at that time. Savannah Christina, she was going to come, and she couldn't at the time either. I said, we got to have a location in Los Angeles. A lot of artists are out there, a lot of that work, that creativity. So we have another spot in Los Angeles. It's called the Small Shop, and it's pretty prestigious. I mean, you got people like Kevin Durant's come through there. Tech Dancing, that's on Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Wow.
And I mean, it literally is like the size of this room. It's small, but as far as like the people that come in there, it's pretty crazy. So we're there right now, and they see what we're doing, what we're working on, and they believe in us.
Awesome. That's super exciting, bro. And so right there, I'm going to put up the information so that people can connect with you once again. Let me go ahead and take these off right here and then put
Man, we look clean, man.
We look amazing, dude.
Yeah, especially you, man. Where'd you get your shirt?
I got it made, dude. This is my Good Hustlers t-shirt right there.
You're not offering no Good Hustler shirts?
You know what? The budget doesn't allow it right now, homie.
The budget doesn't allow it. Well, look, hey, I got my luminary on, so this is
let me get you right there. There you go. Let me move this right here.
This is going to be online pretty soon. This is just one of three.
Look at that.
This is just one of three.
Supermodel also work the runway, bro. Look at right there. Stand up so they can see the shirt.
I call Kawea to do that. She's the model. She'll do that. Those days are over. Yeah. So we run with the penguin because to me the penguin represents like independency, and like out of every animal there is, like who has the hardest life than a penguin? Like the sub-zero temperatures. You're on your own. You got to survive the next day. It's like there's nothing tougher than that.
The thing that comes, Happy Feet. I love. Have you?
Yeah.
That movie.
Yeah,
I love that movie. Happy Feet.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like. Jose, why are you laughing at me,
Jose's cracking up laughing.
At you? No.
He's laughing with me.
He's laughing with you. Yeah.
He's laughing with me.
Yeah,
so
sure.
let me see what we got on time here. We're at 8:49. So anything else that you want to talk about with regards to who you are, what you're doing, what you're passionate about, that that people want to be able to hear, that we can give this platform. That's what it's here. I'm here. One of the things that TD Jakes does is he's a communicator. Because I remember the one time they did an interview with him and they asked him like, how do you do movies and how do you do all this? And he's like, you know what? It's not that I do all those things. I'm gifted as a communicator. And all those things are just channels in which I'm able to operate in my gift.
Right.
So like, what is it, what is there any other projects? Is there anything else? So right now, potentially an up and coming restaurant. right?
Potentially, we want to get a food truck.
Okay, food truck.
And then we want to eventually franchise that. And we know it's going to work because, we were just in a 10 by 10 pop-up tent, and we had some good sales just for the festival season. So I know it's going to work.
And what kind of food is this again?
It's Louisiana-style food. I'm talking like po' boys, oyster, shrimp, chicken, beignets, New Orleans shaved ice. We are legit, bro. everything we touch is gold because we really put the love and the tenderness into it, man.
There's a term, slap something.
Slap your mama.
There you go. Is that the term?
There's a restaurant in Biloxi, Mississippi. Slap your mama.
Slap your mama, yeah.
It is the best barbecue. You slap your mama. It's so good.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so amazing. So that's exciting. So we're gonna be praying and hoping that comes to fruition. And like you said, with God first, nothing's impossible.
Yeah.
There's nothing impossible. Keeping God first, and then putting those dreams in His hands. And as we can see, as we're hearing right now, He's opening doors.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think the only thing that I would say to anybody that's watching, like, stop looking at the next person and what they're doing. Like, focus on yourself. Focus on being your own creator. Never get boggled down by the hurdles that you face in life, because if you're gonna do something great, you're gonna have hurdles. So you have to be able to overcome them and be patient in the process. You can't be looking at your neighbor and how good they're doing. You got to focus on yourself.
That's some good stuff. You went right to my closing question with regards to what tips and advice you would give. Is there anything else that you probably would, that one key thing that maybe that fuels you every single day when you wake up? What is that one thing that is in your mind and in your heart that just keeps you going? Because as a leader, as a business leader, as an entrepreneur, as you are becoming successful, I'm sure there's been probably hard moments,
absolutely,
and difficult moments. But what has been those key things that has kept you going forward?
Small difficult moment. It's small, but it's like whenever
you're good. We got time.
Whenever I took a hiatus from doing music, and I'm gonna probably do my final album maybe in April or May of this year. I say final because I'm really focused on Luminary Sound, but
okay.
I think that when I said I'm going to take a hiatus from it, people looked at it as in, what are you doing? Like, why are you not promoting yourself? Why are you trying to help other people out? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you must be failing at what you're doing if you're trying to hop off. And you really just can't be consumed by what other people think. I mean, I had a plan in my mind of, okay, I think I could take it right here. And nobody's going to understand it at first, but you don't need everyone to understand it if you believe in it. You have to have optimism every single day that you wake up. Every day. Because if you're not optimistic about what you're doing, then it's going to be really hard.
Yeah.
The reason why people can't succeed at their dreams is because after they get off work, they're done. They don't consider that, like I say, 9 to 5 pays the bills, 6 to 10 is when you build your empire.
Yep.
If you're not trying to build your empire between those hours, then you're never going to succeed.
Yep.
So people say, how did you get to where you got to in a short amount of time? I didn't give up. Stayed up editing to 1, 2 in the morning, making emails, reaching out to people. It just doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. And that's what you said. You said that at the launch event. You had made that reference to that. Once you get off of work, then that's the grind continues. The hustle continues right there. And so I have you. You are right now on that camera. I just want you to. I want you to speak life to someone. I want you to encourage someone with your own words. This is my gift to you, and now I want you to share your gift with anybody who's watching right now. Whatever comes to your heart, whatever comes to your mind with regards to encouragement, inspiration, whatever you want to do, but the camera's on you right there.
You put a lot of pressure on me, right?
A lot, mucho.
A lot of pressure, but the thing about it is, this is the honest truth. I came from Mississippi, Hurricane Katrina. I lost everything. I moved here in California with $5 in my pocket, maybe 10. I lost it all. And I still stayed optimistic. I trusted that God was going to be able to bring me to a path of righteousness. And even though nobody's perfect, I still was able to overcome every single obstacle because I kept God first. And if you don't have God in your life, you don't have the relationship with God, it's going to be really hard to overcome these obstacles. So I encourage you to open up the Bible. Get with somebody who's a mentor. Get with somebody who cares about what you're doing, and don't focus on everybody else. Focus on what's important, what makes you happy, and keep love.
That's right. That's good right there. That's good right there. And so with that said, I'm going to go ahead. I want to thank you the information, contact information, let me get this back up here, right here. So you guys can check out this boy right here. Luminary-sounds.com.
Luminary-sounds.com.
Is right there. Look at, you can see it right.
It looks good, bro.
Right there.
It looks good.
And then there's Instagram, and my little finger underneath. I don't know. I'm trying to. But look, Instagram right there, Luminary Sound. Thank you so much, bro, for taking time to come out here with me. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to try the food from the food truck.
Hey, man, we're doing festival season. I'm not sure which event first, but I will definitely reach out. Dude, when you have the po' boys, you're going to flip.
I'm
going to
flip.
literally do a real flip in front of people.
This big fat boy going to do a flip?
You're going to do a flip.
I might roll over, bro, and like turn up.
It's close. Close enough. It's close enough. We'll take it.
A ghetto fabulous cartwheel. So, dude, thank you so much for taking your time out of your evening and being here with me, bro. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back over here to this camera right here as you go ahead and get unmiked right over there.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out to Jose right over here, Silly Panda Media, helping us behind the scenes. And so once again, I want to thank you guys for tuning in this evening, and I want to thank everybody that's been supporting. It is because of those of you that have viewed. It is because of my 11 subscribers to my YouTube channel. I want to thank you those of you that are subscribing to the YouTube channel. I want to thank the individuals that are liking us on Instagram and on Facebook. You can continue to connect with me. You know, our it's real, guys. It's live. It's the real thing. We're here. I'm so excited about the future. This is episode number 5 for me right now. Episode number 5 that's taking place today, and it's been awesome. You know, we've had some amazing guests for this first month that just took place, and this is a celebratory month for me because I'm getting to a place where, you know what, I'm about to turn 43 on the 20th, and so it's just an exciting time in my life right now to be able to celebrate the fact that I'm still alive by the grace of God, and for some reason I'm still here. But I just want to thank those of you that are supporting me, from those of you on Facebook, from those of you on Instagram, and once again to my 11 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So with that said, we're about to conclude. I have some amazing shows this coming month that's going to be happening, taking place. We have we do a Loads of Love event, and we're going to have a special Loads of Love event. My homegirl Christina Brophy, she's going to be coming on out and doing something really special to the people that we do their laundry for. Every last Wednesday of the month, I do a free laundry service to some of our friends and families that are here in downtown Oxnard. And so we help them out with the free laundry service. We go, we show up, we wash some clothes, we make some connections. But Christina is going to come on out and surprise these individuals with a special surprise. And also, I got a bunch of other things that's going to be taking place. Max Meals will be back with me because we're going to come up with something. I was telling him that I wanted to do something for a birthday. So we're going to be doing something together. Once again, I have other guests that are going to be coming on here. We got What's Good Puffy that's coming on here. From the radio station, she's going to be out here. We got Miguel Valencia that's going to be here with us. And we also have the Hood Foodie from Los Angeles. This dude, shout out to the Hood Foodie. He's doing some amazing work out there. He just got picked. I can't say what's happening, but he got some good things. You know, his Instagram following is climbing. He's at about 14,000 right now with regards to Instagram, and it's climbing. Hood Foodie, he's an amazing vato with an awesome story. He goes out there. He started by going to mom and pop's places, places in the community, places in the neighborhoods that probably nobody went to, but he has a powerful story. He's advocating for mental health issues. He's going to Mexico and doing good things out there, and he also always has some bomb comida. So I want you guys to check it out. So those are my next couple of guests, and once again, some of my therapist friends and coaches will be back also with us because we're going to be talking about what's good with your emotional health. And my friends too, with regards to the real estate industry, what's good with the real estate industry. We're going to have some real estate people on here highlighting some of their houses, but also highlighting them as personalities. And then I cannot forget my What's Good with Your Dinero segments, where we're going to have some of the financial coaches, some of the individuals in the financial industry that are going to be helping you, give you some advice on how to manage your money, because I know I need some help. I need a lot of help. And so these people, I'm bringing them on as guests to help me, but at the same time, I hope that they help you. So with that said, check us out at goodhustlers.com. Check me out on Instagram at The Good Hustler. Check me out on Facebook under The Good Hustlers Facebook page, or you can friend me on Facebook at Richard Linares. All right? So with that said, that is it. Your homie Richard Linares is out for the evening. God bless. Watch a rebroadcast. In the next couple of days, it'll be uploaded to YouTube. For those of you that tuned in, and for Denise, I know you were saying what's up there on the live show. Hi, Denise, and I hope you feel better, mija. Dios te bendiga. Chiquis out. God bless. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.